Okay, so in this first video, we are going to explore the heart and the basics about the heart, how it beats, how big it is, where it is, and some of the functions and sort of functionalities of it. So first of all, let's look at how our heart beats, and we're going to cover specifically a few different things: where it's located, how it does beat, what we know about the heart, and how we can protect our heart. And in future videos, we'll go into a little bit more depth about the chambers and the different parts of it. So essentially, our heart is a vital organ. It's located inside our thoracic cavity, which is tucked under our rib cage, and it's in front of our lungs at the front left-hand side, and it's roughly the size of your fist. So this gives you a nice pictorial representation about the heart, kind of where it is located, and you can see some pretty cool in-depth under the skin explanations of the heart in that diagram there. Okay, so we'll scroll down slightly. There's different chambers to the heart. There's 4 chambers in total, and the atrium and the ventricles, and we'll look at those in a future video. But how does it beat? It's a rhythmic contraction and relaxation, which is called diastole and systole. Diastole is relaxation, systole is contraction, and it's a cardiac muscle, the heart. It's not a voluntary or an involuntary, it's a cardiac muscle. And that's essential for the function of the heart. When the cardiac muscle relaxes, the atria fills with blood. When it contracts, the atria contracts first and then the ventricles. And as a result, the blood flows from the atria to the ventricles and finally to the arteries. When the cardiac muscle contracts, electrical activity is generated inside the heart. And since the tissues in the body are good electrical conductors, this electric activity can be measured in the skin. And this is called an ECG, which you may have heard doctors and nurses talk about in hospitals. So what we're going to do is we're just going to see a quick video about the heart and how you use it when we're doing sport. So it's going to be 2 ticks. I'll just open this up and we'll hit play. So that's a brief overview of the human heart. And what we're going to do is we're going to dive into this in a little bit more detail in future Mr. More PE podcasts. And one of the things you need to know about the heart is how many times does it beat per minute. 72 is the average, but anything between 60 and 80 beats per minute at rest. Then it goes all the way up to something like 140 when you're doing exercise. And a common equation is 220 minus the age. There's another Mr. More P video on target zones that tells you all about that using a light board. Just the last little thing for me then, how big is the heart? It's the size of your fist approximately, as I said. To calculate the weight of our heart in grams, we have to multiply our weight in kilograms by 4. So for example, heart of an 80 kilogram man like myself is about 320 grams. Now calculate the weight of your heart. Thanks very much. Next video coming tomorrow.